Hello and welcome, it's the middle of December. Weather's quite mild today, a little bit of a breeze, but temperature wise it's okay. I'm a little bit behind where I should be in terms of putting my onions in the ground, for example. I normally put my onions in the ground October, November time. The weather's been horrible lately, it's had a really stormy. Been a bit of waterlogging. So the conditions haven't really been right. What's the difference between December and November in terms of putting your onions in? The weather, as weird as it is lately. Right, so what we're going to put in the ground. We've got our onion sets. We've got Sensu Yellow and Red Electric. We've got some flower bulbs. We've got some alliums and some bluebells. We've got some garlic. It's got some garlic cloves I bought from the supermarket. We've got some elephant garlic and we've got some Kingsland white. And we got some broad beans, which when I harvested them, I just dried them out in the shed/greenhouse. They're all ready to go in the ground. How are we going to put them in the ground? So preparing for putting things in the ground. I've got some canes to mark out where I put things. I've got a plank for treading on or kneeling on so I don't compact the soil too much. To put the onion sets or garlic or beans in the ground. Two methods depending on the type of soil. We've got this mystery tool that I found last year, very useful for making holes. And also we're going to use the good old thumb if the soil is nice and soft. Thumb in. Onion set in, all good. So I've prepped 3 little areas. I just needed to sort of remove some surface weeds and it took about half an hour in total. First one was easy enough, just a bit of raking. Second one, that was where there was a bit of waterlogging last week. I'd put my potatoes in there last year, so I'd moved a lot of the soil to one end as I was earthing up my potatoes. So just a bit of spreading that soil out. And then the third area, back there, just needed sort of the edges defining a little bit. So, we're all good to go. Right, so we'll start with the flower bulbs in the grassy knoll area. I'd moved some daffodils here from another part of the plot last year, so hopefully come spring we'll have some beautiful alliums, bluebells, daffodils. Oh, it's going to be marvellous. I'm going to get on with that with the aid of my mystery tool. Which isn't really a mystery anymore. It's a hole digger. It's a hole digger. Right, the flower bulbs are in. Let's maybe have a look at what this area looked like this time last year. Oh dear. Well, I've dug half of it and made a pile. So at this point in time I'm thinking, what on earth am I doing? I've just made a big pile of mud. Vision, vision. Let's do the other half. Right, onto the broad beans. Right, we're just at the bed, just behind the grassy knoll, so these broad beans, pop the cases open. And beans inside, beans inside, where have they gone? Beans inside. Soil's quite soft here, thumb method it is. Beautiful. So time to put my garlic in the ground. I've got some elephant garlic this year. I'm trying that out for the first time this year. I haven't had much success with my garlic the past couple of years. Normally I just buy garlic from the supermarket. Break that up as usual. Put that in the soil. But like I said, I haven't had much success the past couple of years. So bought some of the proper stuff that you're supposed to put in the ground from the garden centre. But $3.99 for one head of garlic versus 30p. I'm going to plant them roughly in the same position so we can assess the results fairly, but later in the year we'll be assessing $3.99 versus 30 pence. I'll pop them in now. So I'm going to start to put my onion sets in this second bed along. So long beds, I've put canes so I can keep to straight lines. Spaced them out on top of the soil already, so there's 50 Sensu yellow, 50 red electric going in here. Enough space between them so you can weed them when they start to come up. I've got plenty more onions left that are going to go in that other area I cleared out. Once I've got these in, let's get my thumb going again. And we're all done. Hopefully better late than never with those onions. What difference can a few weeks make? Late November, early December. Hopefully it'll be alright. With the onions and the garlic, I just raked over the holes lightly, just make sure the fill was all loose soil. I don't think I've put on any weight lately, but my kneeling board seemed to break into a few pieces. Let's get out my emergency plank. All is good here. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe, send me your comments. I'll see you next time. Cheers. I'm going to go in the third area that I cleared out. Time to get them onions in with my thumb.